it's in California, et cetera, et cetera. And so then these are just some of the important events. The transfer of Louisiana to Spain in 1762, the end of the French and Indian War, with the French deciding we are going to hand Louisiana over to Spain. We are cousins under the Bourbon monarchy. That way England doesn't get that because the French had lost to the British in the French and Indian War. But what that did in effect was to move the border to the east at the Mississippi, such that when the Marqués de Rubí came in 1767, inspected the fort, he looked at the whole situation, and first of all, he did not like the fact that había una multitudes de fiestas. There were too much partying going on. And the soldiers were shooting the balas, and it's like, no, we gotta keep those. Don't just waste them. But just little examples like that, in addition to the inferiority of the troops, because he was Spanish and they were from various mixed castas, and et cetera, et cetera. But suffice it to say, the fort is finally abandoned in 1763, and they moved to San Antonio, and San Antonio becomes the capital. So you follow that progression backwards in time from Austin to Houston to San Antonio, and Los Adayas is just like out of sight, out of mind. And what we'll see then, a petition to return to East Texas in 1773, a petition for those who stayed in San Antonio for land, and then also years later, with the secularization of Mission San Antonio de Valero, those who remained in San Antonio ended up receiving lands from that former mission. And then it just comes back to the borders again, because just when you thought that Los Adayas didn't matter, the United States purchases the Louisiana Territory in 1803, and all of a sudden the Spanish saying, no, we have the Pueblo de Los Adayas that is there. Yes, but you abandoned it in 1773. No, but you don't understand, the people are still living there, because there were people who also decided that they weren't going to follow their government's order and evacuate from Los Adayas to San Antonio, and they kind of hid out in the woods. But they also do go back under Ibarbo in 1773 and establish Bucareli. Then because of Comanche raids, because of flooding, because of disease, they decide to move to Nacogdoches and establish Nacogdoches in 1779. You have the fact that the majority of those settlers that established Nacogdoches, they are from Los Adayas. There's a census record from 1809 for Nacogdoches that even as you have many Anglo-Americans come in, and you also have other immigrants from Europe settling in Nacogdoches, the census for 1809 shows that of about 153 farmers, you have about 1/3 of them who are originally from Los Adayas. So there is that enduring presence. And then finally, wars and revolutions, and the fact that you have Texas being tied in with Mexico's struggle for independence against Spain. You have the War of 1812 between the British and the United States. You have the Magui Gutierrez expedition, the Battle of Medina, 1813. And it's just one thing after another in which the Tejanos are continuously present and always negotiating, coming back to that commerce, kinship, and worship. So we move forward. And this is just a map of French one, Bernard de la Harpe.